Hello, Peter Schofield here again to try another load of videos, this time on the golden age of cricket. The last lot we did seemed to go down okay, and thank you very much. I had some lovely messages, and hopefully shows you a few things that you've enjoyed. Today we're going to concentrate on the golden age, which is probably my very favourite age, with Victor Trumper, Clem Hill, Joe Darling, wonderful characters and a wonderful time for cricket. And that my personal favourite would be that, I'd say, Bradman, and then followed by Bodyline. First thing I'd like to show you is a wonderful menu, 1879, when MCG put on a dinner for Lord Harris and W.G. Grace and the English cricketers before they left to go away. Gorgeous thing. That's one of my particular favourites. Extremely rare and very hard to get. The other things that I'm very keen on from the early age of cricket are belts, which were worn, or 1860s up, were done by their sweethearts, their mums, their sisters, and they were worn by most of the players, all different types of belts. I've got a fair collection of these, but very, very hard to find. There's a couple more here. This is a very nice one. Oh, sorry. They're like me, they're a little bit fragile. It's a very nice one. It features W.G. Grace on the buckle. W.G., obviously, one of the biggest things ever happened in cricket. And another quite nice, very early one. Okay, so that's the belts. What I was going to show now is a little bit of a few menus, a few tour guides, and we'll start 1899 as a lovely Melbourne Cricket Ground menu put on for the players just before they went to England. The inside...
And that's Frank Laver's.
This was Frank Laver's menu. The inside is signed by a few guys who you may have heard of: Chas McLeod, William Bruce, William Howe, J.J. Kelly, Blackham, the Prince of Wicketkeepers, A.C. Mackenzie, and R.M. Wardle, who was the manager. It's a very, very nice item. Also 1899, Australian cricket team. This was another menu put on for them for a lunch at Bristol.
The colours are still pretty good on that.
Magnificent condition for 120 years old. On the back it featured the Australian team. And beautiful, beautiful condition. I've also got here from the Paddington Cricket Club, a special, not in vogue anymore, but it was called, they were called smoke concerts. I'm not sure what happened, if they all sat around a piano, smoked and played the piano, but this was put on by Paddington Cricket Club for Victor Trumper. And there's the inside. I think you see Victor Trumper and Monty Noble, who were just two joints of Australian cricket and Paddington cricket. Extremely rare thing, ephemeral things. For me, very, very hard to get, but beautiful. This is an interesting thing also. 1899, the Sun newspaper, the smartest evening paper in London. Every cricketer and everyone's interested in cricket should read the Sun. So this was for the Australian team going over there. Gorgeous colours. Victor Trumper, who was included late. The picture of him looks nothing like Victor Trumper. They must have just got a picture from anywhere to put in. But the interesting thing, it's a competition, and the £50 per week competition. Well, £50 in 1899, perhaps I might be wrong, but Probably would have bought a couple of houses. £50 would have been a lot of money in 1899. So that was that one. Also, around that 1899, this is a lovely thing. It's a sportsman's Vesta, which belonged to Clem Hill. It's got the writing and everything on the back. They were given these where they kept their matches, put them in here because they all smoked. They smoked pipes and everything, and then they'd strike them on the bottom. This one on the back's got Sea Hill from the Sportsman, Australian Cricket to London, 1899. Magnificent item. Then we go to 1905. This was a fixtures card for the tour. So you open it up, it's beautiful. Facsimile autographs on one side and pictures of the players. Don't do anything like this anymore, unfortunately. And then on the back, all the fixtures of where they'll go and who they're playing. Very, very nice. And to go with that, there's a lovely 1905 signed postcard. This postcard actually belonged to Frank Laver. Okay, so that was that. Then we go to this is a very nice one. I'm just checking. Australia went up and played, the Australians played the Dublin Universities, 1905. There's the inside of it. Then on the back there's a gorgeous little picture of the Australians. Everything done so well. And then to go with that, there's a picture of the university team on the day, just before they would have played Australia. So nice to have that. There's another one here, which is the Australians 1909, similar card. You opened it up, it's got the facsimiles and which year, picture of the Australian team. And then on the back, it's got the fixtures of who they would have been playing. And to go with that, wonderful, wonderful signed postcard, Victor Trumper from the Victor Trumper Sports Store. As you were not aware, Victor Trumper had a sports store in Sydney with Hanson Carter. As good a cricketer as he was, Vic, he wasn't the best in business, unfortunately. But yet anything from his sports store, Trumper and Carter Sports Store, extremely collectible and very, very hard to find. So that's that lot. Just here we are back again. There's looking at the famous picture of Vic stepping out to drive. But for me, rarer still and harder to find is the small little golf club above that, which is from the Trumper and Carter Sports Store. It's written on the head of the club. I've had that for a long, long time, probably cost me $100, but I wouldn't part for it for the earth because I'd never see another one. Another lovely item we're back is 1909. This is Frank Laver's hat band. We know in that era they all wore the boater hats and they had the hat bands. My personal opinion is these are rarer than the baggy greens and harder to find. They're just absolutely gorgeous. This is another one of my prized possessions that I absolutely adore. Also to go with this is a 1909. I don't know if you can see it properly. It's a blazer pocket off one of their good, really lovely blazers they would have worn. That's the pocket from 1909. We move on. There's some cards here from the tour. 1909. These are a set of Swain's cards, all fully signed and all, it looks to me, signed on the day with the same pen. we've got Trumper and Gregory, Noble.
Including his business card, is that right?
And here's his Monty Noble's business card up there. Ticket to the game. All signed, and there's tickets to the games. And this one was Yorkshire and Lancashire versus the Australians, July. Have a go at Charlie McCartney's autograph. Incredible.
Be hard to find a full set, Peter.
This is a full set, all signed. Is it their manager's cards to say they were in charge to come and see them? These are Swain's postcards, 1909. This is the same set, unfortunately unsigned, but hand-coloured and just magnificent. I was fortunate enough to get the whole team of these from a dealer in England. I've never seen them, and very few people I know have ever seen them, knew they existed. I don't know the story. A famous guy in England who's passed away, a postcard collector, Bob Jones, I think his name was. My friend Duncan Anderson made some inquiries, and he had 2 of these in his collection, and he was reckoned to be one of the biggest postcard collectors ever. So they're just magnificent the way they're done.
Imagine if they were signed.
Wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad having them signed. Almost there. Now this is an interesting postcard here as well. Stop. There's another set of postcards from 1909 that are very interesting. They were sent back by a guy called Mort, who were a big shipping and beef people in New South Wales. But more importantly, the lady who was involved with them was having an affair with a Dr. Tozer who played for New South Wales. He went to her house to break it off from the Sydney cricket ground, and she shot him in the head. There's a very famous book called Bowled by a Bullet by Greg Growden, with him laying back on the lounge with a bullet in his forehead. But these are very interesting. These were also collected. I'd say one of the Morts were on tour with them. They were a very well-to-do and well-connected family. These are 1909, and the interesting thing, he's written a little poem about each player on the back, which are just wonderful. Like, there's none so pretty as our Bill Whitty and all things like this. Fabulous set of postcards. There's an individual thing written on the back of every single player. And we're just getting to the bottom of them now. The last thing I want to show you in this thing is a lovely little thing I bought years ago in England when I was over there for the test they played at Sheffield. I think that was the one and only test, England versus Australia at High Street, Sheffield. In 1902. Gorgeous colour, very hard to find. You could get a suit made to measure for 37 and sixpence. How's that?
A lovely piece.
That might do us for this session. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it. Bye.